Hey everybody, and welcome to the recorded game that I promised you in PokeClass episode 71. If you haven't seen the episode yet, then please click the annotation in the centre to go straight to it. And for those of you that did see it, about Empoleon Donphan, and then here it is going to be shown in its full glory against Zekrom Eels, arguably its worst, well, the worst matchup that it has. Now my Zekrom Eels build on the right is pretty standard for anyone playing Zekrom Eels at the moment. I don't have Zekrom EX in it or Raikou EX. Not a massive fan of Raikou EX at the moment because I just feel it needs to be more centered around Raikou to work better, but that is for another episode. So back to the game, and Gem has a Phanpy active and goes first, but she has to pass, has no energy and no supporter. I start with Thunderous, I bench a Zekrom and an Eviolighted Mewtwo. Not always a fan of putting Mewtwo down when I'm not going to be attacking with it, but when it's got Eviolite attached and I have to play Juniper, then it's always a good option since I didn't have any energy in hand to use anything really. So I go ahead, attach an energy to the Thunderous and just use Charge. Now on her turn, she goes ahead and evolves into Donphan and uses an N. So my new big hand goes away and we both draw a fresh 6. Now what she's going to be looking for is a fighting energy and possibly some extra basics, and she can just go ahead and use Earthquake. She does hit the energy and that's a one hit KO straight away on my Thunderous, which is the strength of Donphan. It just one hit KOs Thunderouses straight away, no questions asked. So that's 2 energy in the discard pile and I'm already on the back foot. So I bench a Tynamo, that's one of the new Tynamos from Dark Explorers, and then I attach just a single energy to my Mewtwo. I wanted to attach the energy because I'd rather attach the energy than risk trying to draw into a double colorless because I'm not sure what's in my deck quite yet. So I didn't take a good enough look with Charge, which I probably should have. She hits a Collector, goes for 2 Piplups and a Phanpy, which is pretty much normal, and catches up my Tynamo for her second prize on her third turn. So here I am playing a plus power, attach a energy to my Mewtwo and catch up a Piplup, because I will be getting a KO on that. I could have just hit the Donphan, but it would have been a 3-hit KO rather than a 2-hit KO, which I really don't want to do, and I need to take some prizes quick, so I'm falling behind way too fast right now. So I use a Dual Ball and get 2 heads, it looks like, which is pretty good. Well, the best result you could expect, and I grab another Tynamo and a Tornadus EX. So I drew into a Tynamo, so I go and benched 2, so which means I could get an Eelektrik into play next turn. She goes ahead, uses another catcher to drag up my Tynamo after I take a prize off the Piplup. And she goes ahead and ends. Probably the only supporter in her hand, so she had to use it. Uses Junkam, Rare Candy into Empoleon, and this is where the deck starts to speed up. She decides not to use Dive and Draw. She's probably got a pretty good hand at the moment. She doesn't want to lose. And all I'm stuck with is a Mewtwo, no Eelektrik, and that's pretty much it really. I'm not getting very good hands off of these shuffle draws. So I play another Pont, get myself a new hand, and now I am 2-hit KO in the Donphan, which is the best you can get really, unless you've got a ridiculous Mewtwo. She uses Dive and Draw and manages to get a Phanpy into play, which is awesome. She's got 2 Donphans, one which will get KO'd next turn, and looks like she can get another Empoleon out as well, because she's Pokemon communicated in something to get Empoleon out. And there's the Rare Candy into Empoleon. Now she's got pretty much a full setup now, apart from that third Donphan, which I would expect would be coming next turn. She's drawing 4 extra cards a turn, and I'm going to struggle to keep up here. She plays a switch to get out of get the damaged Donphan out of the active spot, which means I won't be able to take a prize next turn unless I hit a catcher. I finally hit a level ball on my turn and can get a Eelektrik into play to start putting some energy on this Zekrom to take out some Empoleons later on. The worst thing about playing against Donphan is that your Eelektriks go down very quickly, as you've seen. I've already lost 2 Tynamos and a Thunderous already. So I attach a double colorless to the Zekrom and a Lightning through Dynamotor, catch her up the damaged Donphan, which she tries to get out of the active position, and use another Pont. So that's my 3rd or 4th Pont already, and I take my second prize. So the prizes are 3 on her side, 4 on mine, and the fields are looking pretty balanced at the moment. So she goes ahead, uses the energy retrieval just to get that fighting back, because, yep, there she goes, uses a Juniper for a fresh 7. Now bear in mind she's drawn 7 new cards and still has 2 diving draws. So she uses first diving draw, and the second, probably looking for a catcher and or a Donphan, so she can get that Eelektrik out of play straight away. Uses another communication to get the third Donphan into play, and earthquakes me for 40. So here I'm still really stuck. I've only got Eelektrik, a Mewtwo that's doing a decent amount of work but will lose 2 prizes when it gets KO'd. So I'm just gonna have to try and dodge the bullet here. Luckily, I get 2 heads on my Jewel Ball, which is exactly what I needed, and grab a Shaman and a fresh Mewtwo. So what I'm going to do here is Donphan, grab the switch out of my discard pile that I Junipered away on the very, very first turn, bench a Mewtwo, play switch, and then Shaman a lot of energy onto my new Mewtwo. Just thinking about it for a sec, I'm just thinking about doing the maths for the damage to 1-hit KO that Donphan. And what this does is put a lot of pressure onto her side, because I'm going to be 1-hit KOing all of her Pokemon now, and have a Zekrom ready, and I use an N as well. Now N would have been amazingly powerful in this situation against any other deck, but because she has built-in draw power, she can just drop 2 cards out of her hand and draw a fresh new 4, and try and draw a supporter from that. So I use X-Ball with that ridiculously powered up Mewtwo doing 140 damage to the Donphan, well 120 because of Exoskeleton, and trying to win this game here. Unfortunately, this Mewtwo doesn't have an Eviolite on it, and on her turn she goes ahead, uses Diving Draw, searching for an energy. And this is the thing with Empoleon. Empoleon and Donphan only use 1 energy each, which means Mewtwo has to have this amount of ridiculous energy on it to even take 1-hit KOs. Otherwise it's all going to be 2-hit KOs, and it's not going to be very efficient. So what she's going to do here, I expect, is go for the 2-hit KO on my Mewtwo. Okay, then she's going for a quick and easy prize. She goes for the catcher on my Eelektrik, and hasn't played a supporter yet, so, well, at least I don't think she has, unless I've lost track. Benches 2 more Phanpies to power up Attack Command, which is doing 80 damage now, 100 damage, sorry. Donphan again for another catcher. I think what she did there, she did her second diving draw, drew it into what she needed to get a KO on that Mewtwo, and put me at a really, really bad state in the game. Right now, I need to get a KO on that Empoleon, which I will do, but I'm just a catcher away from losing this game, which is why Empoleon's so good. And there's a Donphan for the game, so overall, a really aggressive game on both sides. I didn't get the best setup because she was disrupting it so much. She just got that turn 2 Donphan with the energy, got my, even though I had a great start with the turn 1 Thunderous, she just took complete advantage of my fight and weakness, and that is exactly what Empoleon can do. And as you saw, Empoleon can just finish up other things that are on the bench, even when it's not at max damage output. So thanks for watching this game. I hope it really does help to put the Empoleon Donphan deck into perspective against one of the best decks in the format, and just how it can tear it apart because it's taken advantage of that double fight and weakness. So thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a like, and please subscribe as well by clicking the button on your screen at the moment, and I will see you next time.